Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Camila and today we are building something in The Sims 4. It's kind of a renovation, but it's so different from the original piece that's not actually a renovation. But yeah, we're renovating this old mill in Evergreen Harbor, more precisely in the neighborhood of Port Promise, and this is the house where Bess Sterling usually lives in. And yeah, I renovated it because I want it into my save file, like without a doubt, because I really like the idea that whoever built this had when they built it. I really like the concept of an old mill that's been renovated and repurposed and has become a house. But yeah, I didn't like the execution, like it was very big and very empty, so I just wanted to adjust it a bit. As you'll see, the general shape of this build is basically the same as the old one, but it's just smaller. That's the major adjustment that I did, because we have 4 stories as the original. We have the semi-industrial vibes, we have a lot of eco things happening here with all the equipment and all the machines that came with the pack. But yeah, it's still different from the original because I basically shrank everything. Another difference that I wanted to point out is that the attic in this build is not like the workshop area as in the original version of this build, but I moved the entire workshop and so the skill building items to the ground floor, which I think made more sense. I created a very spacious room, which used to be like the living and kitchen space in the original. I turned it into this kind of workshop, and it's much bigger than the original. I managed to fit in a lot of stuff, and I think it suits the house really nicely. And another thing that I wanted to mention here before I forget, because I think it's kind of important for me to mention it, is that initially I wanted this to be Bess's house, and like Bess and her partner, whose name I forgot, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I wanted this to be their house, and I gave them like 3 kids, not even just one. I gave him 3 kids, you'll see, because we have 2 bedrooms that are just for kids. And then, I don't know, it didn't seem fair, because sometimes I do alter and change a bit the storylines of some families. Like with Judith Ward, I gave her like 4 foster children, for example, in my save file. But yeah, I don't know why this didn't seem right. And then just the other day, Simlacy made like released a speed build of a house she built for Bess and her partner here on the same lot. And as I was listening to her, she was like, yeah, and since Bess has some juice fizzing like skill or something, I gave her this machine, and it was like one of the machines that I didn't place in this house. And I don't know, that kind of was a sort of sign that I shouldn't place the Sterling household on the slot, and I should probably just create a new family from scratch and move them here, and maybe Bess and her partner, whose name I'm just gonna look up because I cannot stay here blabbering without remembering his name, poor thing. Yeah, I didn't want for them, okay, I forgot what I was saying because I went on a rant about the name of the guy, but yeah, it didn't seem fair. So I will just move them somewhere else, maybe like down at the docks where there's that like renovated container house. I thought that could be a nice solution for them. So if you agree, let me know in the comments, because I would like to have your feedback on this. Just like, I don't even know if you want to download my save file eventually, but yeah. Either way, let me know what you think, because I had a lot of thoughts on this house and I had a lot to think about when building this. So yeah, I will appreciate your feedback down below. Okay, so Bess is dating someone named Jules Rico, I think. I checked it on the Sims wiki or I don't remember the name of the website, but yeah, you will find this information basically anywhere on the internet. And so now that I know the guy's name, I can go on with this voiceover maybe and talk to you about the kids of this household that at this point is going to be like a new household. And we have two kids that I thought they could be twins, not necessarily, but yeah, we're done with decorating their bedroom. But one of them is really into science and yeah, is gonna probably follow the path of the parents who are very into crafting, because even though Bess and Jules won't end up living here, I still think it's like fitting for Evergreen Harbor to have another family who's very into crafting and fabricating stuff, as basically everyone in this world. So we have that kid there who's really into science, and then we have another kid who's really into nature and animals. So it's kind of a field of science, so they are kind of similar but with different interests, even though the interests are in the same field. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Since I've started posting one video per week instead of two, I've been doing much better because I have more time to dedicate to something else other than YouTube. But on the other hand, my voiceovers suck because I cannot speak. I don't speak English on a regular basis with anyone in real life, or if I do, I text, so I don't speak per se. I speak as in text, and you get what I mean. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I cannot speak English. My voiceovers don't make any sense, and this is really bothering me. But anyway, we are renovating, we are furnishing, we are decorating the teenager's bedroom that's in the attic, and it's so cool. They are very into art. I imagine that the kids were two boys, and then we have a teen girl, and the teen girl is really artistic, not really into fabricating anything. She's just into art, and she's probably like the odd one of the family, like not necessarily the black sheep, because I think the black sheep is something negative, at least in Italian it's kind of negative. But yeah, maybe like the odd one out of the family, the one that stands out because she has different interests than like her family doesn't really get. Like, they are totally fine with her being artistic, but they're like, okay, you, do your thing, and we are gonna do our thing. We're just gonna get along pretty well either way. And I thought this was a fun storyline because, of course, not everyone in the family has to share their passions with the rest of the bunch. Like, my family is kind of an artistic family. So like my mom, my brother, and I are pretty artistic because a lot of people on my mother's side of the family are really artistic, but my father wasn't really so into art, so he was like very supportive and he enjoyed looking at what we produced and what we created with our artistic gift, but he wasn't really into it. But that was okay, like we got along anyway. So I cannot believe that this speed build is almost over, so we are just doing the landscaping and decorating the outside, adding some last few touches. I like what I did there with that tree. I used a wall decoration from Snowy Escape to build a sort of planter for the tree and some greenery, so I really like that idea actually. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the build because we are just gonna add the outdoor lighting and the last details. I hope that you enjoyed this speed build and this video despite my voiceover, but by now you should be used to it. I don't know. I just wanted to say that since I'm really bad at self-promoting, you can find me on every social media. Like, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and that's it actually. Yeah, and on the gallery I suppose, and here on YouTube, but you are already here. On Twitch. You can find me on Twitch too. I'm trying to get back to streaming and it's not been easy because I don't have time, but I really enjoyed getting back into it. So check me out on other platforms if you like. I have all the links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.